Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Five years ago, the Power of We Symposium was created to provide a platform for kids from all sectors where they could have a safe and comfortable environment in which to share both their joys and concerns. The Power of We Symposium is proud to have served over 250 kids throughout Romania when we took our mission global back in May of 2023. Now, two teams of amazing volunteers from both the U.S. and Romania embarked on an 8-day Legacy of Hope tour, bringing encouragement and hope to not only the kids of Romania, but also the adults who support them, and also to over 100 kids here in the U.S. who contributed handwritten letters of hope to our Romania mission of 2023. Now, this year, we are proud to provide this opportunity yet again in October, and we are super excited to up our game. New venue, 750 kids this time, and we want to see you there. We're looking forward to meeting you in person at this year's event, which promises, as always, incredible speakers, amazing content, and of course, some of the greatest kids on the planet. So, mark your calendars for October 24th, and we'll see you here in Chicagoland for the Power of We Symposium 2024. This year's theme is Always Together, Never Alone. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite or at powerofwesymposium.com. Welcome, everybody. How you doing today? Happy Saturday to you. And I am so excited that you're here, whether it's live for this wonderful broadcast, this 90-minute special, or catching us on the replay. Listen, on behalf of the E360 Television Network, as well as all of us here at Trajectory TV, we wanted to just say how grateful we are for all of the people involved in today's 90-minute special and the work they do independently, as well as this work that they are now coming together to do collectively. One of the things that we pride ourselves on here at the networks is that we love giving an opportunity for voices to be heard on bigger platforms. And that is how our folks today, the Trueness Project, made their way to this very space, this divine sacred space that we're sharing right now. What we loved about them and what they stand for is that they told us they're dedicated to promoting honesty, integrity, that authenticity is important to them in all aspects of life, therefore helping them to help others to empower individuals as well as communities to live their truth and positively impact the world. They told us also that they believe in authentic living, that it's the key to happiness as well as fulfillment. Well, I don't know about you, but that was enough for me. So without further ado, we want to welcome you to sit back, share out this broadcast. It's a great way to bless someone in a way that doesn't hurt, it's painless, and best of all, it's free. Okay? So sit back, and here we go. It's time for the Trueness Project. The Great Butterfly Gathering.
Be a light. Be a light. I'll be a light. If it gets too dark, yeah, I can carry all that you've got. Two heavy hearts is not a lot. I will put out all of the fire. We stumble and fall.
The Trueness Project is hosting what's called the Butterfly March.
June 29th, 2024, in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's going to be the largest gathering in the world ever of people dressed up as butterflies.
And I urge everyone to participate.
We're going to raise the vibration of the planet through the Trueness Project to promote love, transformation, authenticity, everything that the Trueness Project represents. Join this community so we all can create a better place to live in for generations to come.
Hello, everyone. I'm so grateful to Dr. Lauren and thankful for this opportunity to share the mission of the Trueness Project and our worldwide attempt to raise the vibration on the planet. My name is M. Teresa Lawrence, and I am the President and Executive Director of the Trueness Project, a nonprofit dedicated to inspiring truth and authenticity as shared through the power of storytelling in every aspect. I believe that words have power. They create. They have the power to create. And so when I started this nonprofit, I wanted to share my story, share my book, Gloriousness, and give it out throughout the world. Many of you have heard this story already, but I'm a Cuban immigrant to the United States, and my family left Cuba with nothing. And I learned two things from that experience, and that is you can lose anything and everything, and you are still left with two things. You are left with the power of your mind, and if you're fortunate enough to have an education, you have that too. And so life may throw you, into a waterfall or into a situation that you can't handle. But at the end of the day, if you have your wits about you and you have a determination and faith within yourself that you're going to make it, you will. And I am so happy to be here today because everybody that is joining me on this show, I call light weavers. They have woven light into my story, and I have woven light into theirs. And what I mean by that is if you have a dream and you are fortunate enough to share that dream with somebody else, and you both believe in the absolute inevitability of that dream from taking place, you watch and see the steps will come in and magic happens. And that's what happened with this group when we went to Costa Rica. There are a few people here that were not in Costa Rica, but had full intentions to be there. My first guest, George Yang, did sign up to go, but miracles happened in his life in the United States, and we'll share that in a minute. But I want to talk about light weavers and the power that they have to create magic. And I'm going to say this before I introduce George, because I met George in China in 2012, and we sat down and we shared our dreams. I believe in sharing dreams. It's so important to share our stories. And my dream was to become a children's book author. And his dream was to further his education and travel to the US and pursue a medical career. And we were with our families and we wrote our prayers down. We were in a temple. I don't know if it was a Buddhist temple. George can clarify. We wrote our dreams down. We put them up on the prayer wall, and we sat down together, two families from two different backgrounds, and we prayed. And I have to tell you guys, everything that we prayed for came true. I am so inspired by the people that are here because each person that's on this call, we've had the same experience. We've shared our stories, we've shared our dreams, and magic has happened. And I do know that my goal is to do philanthropy tourism, to go around the world sharing stories and empowering both children and adults to share stories. And that is the way we learn from each other. Now I want to dovetail back to why we're here. We're promoting the Grand Butterfly Gathering, which is also known as the Butterfly March, being held everywhere on June 29th, 2024 It is being held live in Jackson, Wyoming, and I'm inviting you all to join me. And when people say, "What are you doing?" I'm hosting a worldwide prayer for peace. And we're all going to do it joyously, playing like children, dressed as butterflies. It's magical. And it is a worldwide event because I am asking everybody to pray for peace that day. If you can't go, simply go into your heart and send peace out onto the planet. Um, it is beautiful. And when asked why it is that I'm doing it, I have to tell you, I'm inspired by faith and the power of the divine because I came up with this idea and I haven't been able to stop. And so it is my intention to spread love and peace on this planet. And I ask you all to join me because when we all play together, dressed as children and as butterflies, you're going to remember this event for the rest of your life. And I I just I just encourage you to join me. And so now I would like to bring up on the stage a man that I love that I met in 2012. And if you ever needed a story to be inspired by, George Yang is a person who will inspire you beyond your wildest dreams. So if George could join me on stage, that would be phenomenal. Hello, George. George, I can't hear you, love. Can you try again? I don't think your mic is working. So if you could check that, and I'm gonna read the bio I wrote for you and see if you can fix that on your end. Um, so um, yes, Dr. Lauren has written, George, we can't hear you, except that George is blind, so he can't read the message. So I still can't hear you, but let me share your story. Let me share your story. So George Yang grew up in China, losing his sight progressively until he went legally blind in his teenage years. He is one of the fortunate blind people in China that had the opportunity to study. And when I met him, he was a Chinese medicine doctor working in Shenzhen. That is when we met, and I shared the story of us going and praying and sharing our dreams. And oh, George, could you step out of the StreamYard and then try to log back in? Because maybe your mic will work if you do that. So if somebody could help George do that, that'll be fantastic. And then I'm just going to share this story with you. So I don't even need to read his bio. So in 2012, George was blind. He was a Chinese medicine doctor, and it is so extremely difficult for visually impaired people to study in China that it is phenomenal that George got that degree, and he was amazing at what he did. But his dream was actually to become a medical doctor. And um, and so when I went, he told me he wanted to come to the US. And I do have some mad skills when I need to. And I do have a law degree from Columbia University. And so I sat down one day and I filled out all the paperwork to help his family come visit in the United States. And they got their visas. And George said, I want to go to chiropractic school. And so we came to the US. They got their visas and they came to the US, and George started applying to chiropractic schools. And this is the funny part. He only applied to one school, and that school rejected him, and he got so upset. And I said, George, why are you upset? And it's because in China, people only apply to one school, and if they don't get in, that's it. It's over. Game over. George, are you back? I still can't hear you, love. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going with your phenomenal story because it's very phenomenal. I love you, George. So what happened after that is that, see, this is why the exchange of stories is so important, because in China, you apply to one school and it's over. Hi, Vivian. I see you in the background, but I still can't hear you. The mindset in the United States is you just apply. You apply to like 10 schools and you see what happens, and then you just go. But in China, the thinking is this is the way it is. And George is magical because after we shared our stories, this man is so smart. He just picked up and he's like, okay, I got rejected from that one. Oh, Vivian, could you check the settings for the mic on the device that you're using? Just check the mic settings on the computer. So George, I'm going to pretend I'm you, and I'm going to keep sharing this story, because what happened next is he applied to a chiropractic school in San Francisco, and he got in. And then the story gets even better. The Chinese government was like so proud of him because he's blind, and he got into this chiropractic school that they offered to pay for the first year. I mean, this is such an incredible story. This is a blind man who gets into chiropractic school, goes through all of it, and graduates. I mean, so George is a Chinese medicine doctor. Now he's a doctor in chiropractic medicine. As soon as you get your mic going, okay. Okay, we're gonna try to move back to George, but the story gets better there. And so my next guest, I want to call up on the stage because the Trueness Project is doing work in Kenya. In fact, the reason the nonprofit grew is I wanted to give out my books everywhere. I go travel to Kenya, I do a speaker's tour, and I fell in love with the whole country. So if Ben Vic is on the StreamYard and can come up, I guess he couldn't come up. See, this is the beauty of live. Okay, so we'll go back to Van Vic. So my next guest is Patty Sadler. Is Patty available? Hi, Patty. So I want to share with you guys that the Trueness Project decided that we were going to set. Dr. Lord goes, they're dropping like flies, but believe me, we're going to film the whole time. This is so funny. So the Trueness Project believes in the power of prayer and the power of intention. And I have to tell you that when I told Patty what I wanted to do, she goes, I know the perfect place we can do this. We have to go to Costa Rica. We have to go to the butterfly sanctuaries. And the next thing I know, Patty has planned this most beautiful retreat with people we didn't know. I mean, like strangers came together, and it was the most beautiful thing. We set the intention for the June 29th event. So if Patty, if you could share what you do and your experience in Costa Rica and what this whole thing means to you, that would be fabulous.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me here. First of all, it's a real pleasure to be here. I'm honored to have the opportunity to share the stage with you and share in your projects. And we really want to create momentum for the Your Trueness Project. So this butterfly movement is really, really important, number one. Number two, so I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I am a publisher. I've been in the publishing world for about 12 years. And with my team, we've published over 5,000 books. And I am the director of publishing for LA Tribune. And then I also have my own publishing house as well. And one of the things that we love to do is create experiences for our clients and other leaders to have a platform for their guests and their clients to really bond together and learn and build team building skills and overcome fears and be in a really safe space to share their dreams and make magic happen. So we create retreats all over the world. We do them in Costa Rica. We have some in Machu Picchu, and we have one in Ireland, and we're expanding right now also to Kenya. So we have a whole bunch of different options and opportunities for people to come together and really magnify their purpose.
So could you share with the audience what you loved about the Costa Rica experience with the Trueness Project?
What didn't I love? It was an amazing experience. First of all, the group that gathered, everybody had a different a different gift. They each had a different passion, a different vision of what their worlds were going to look like. And they all meshed together and made one beautiful collage. And what was really, really special was everyone honored that sacred space. So we could share and we could be vulnerable and raw. And we had a healer there, and you'll be speaking with her in a little bit, Muriel. She did some amazing, just beautiful meditations and some ceremony, and helped us break through and realize our potential as well. And everybody that showed up participated and gave a part of themselves. So everyone had an opportunity to shine at the retreat. We had so many fun opportunities and activities that were provided, but we also were in such a spiritual space because we were in Costa Rica, and there is so much energy there. So because of all the volcanic activity and all the surroundings and the beautiful sun and the moon, we got to experience so many beautiful little nuggets to help us through and to help us to really move forward and get clear on who we are and what we want to do.
Oh, that's beautiful. So, Patty, I just want to tell the world that the Trueness Project is going to have another retreat also on June 29th, because this year we're having the Grand Butterfly Gathering on June 29th, and next year our theme turns from transformation to reflection. And so our retreat for next year will be in Ireland, and we will be reflecting on who is in the mirror. Who do you see in that mirror, and what is it that we need to change? So, okay. Well, Patty, I'm going to call up our next guest, Janice Burt.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, my beautiful Janice. Janice is so fantastic. I'm going to read her bio so that you can all see it. And then she probably doesn't have her poem prepared, but it would be awesome if you did. Oh, but don't worry about that. So Janice is an international inspirational keynote speaker, Spanish interpreter, voiceover artist, actor, yoga instructor, and author. She is a lover of peace and a proponent of love. In 2021, she was a featured TEDx speaker, and in 2023, she performed on Speak Up Streaming on Prime Video. She is listed as one of the top 23 celebrity experts in the Los Angeles Tribune, as well as being listed as a global woman to watch in 2024 in the Washington, D.C. Chronicle. So welcome, Janice.
Wow. I was like, who is that person?
She's a fantastic person. So everybody that's watching, I met Janice on the keynote speakers tour for the Top Talent JV in Kenya, and I was terrified to speak in public at the time. I had never done it, and Janice had already walked through that fear, so she was so amazing and helpful. And I was just so blessed to watch her work, and she just held my hand through the whole project. So Janice, I want you to share your experience with the Trueness Project and what you loved about Costa Rica, and then what you blessed the Butterfly March with your poem.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I rarely come across an individual that I just go, wow, like, who is this person? And that happened with you, because meeting you in Kenya, and we're on this speaking keynote tour, and there's a lot of people, and it's a new country. Everything's so overwhelming, we haven't slept much and all this stuff. And then you stand up, and it was your first time speaking, and which happened to me too, the first time speaking, where we just get real shaky. And so it was kind of a shaky thing. And you powered through, and the very next speech was just like that much more powerful. And then your next speech, that much more powerful. And And hearing you speak in Costa Rica, I'm sitting there going, who is this woman? I mean, just talk about transformation and having a vision and an idea and not giving up. And even if people go, what is this? I don't understand, or whatever that is, you just know that this butterfly gathering march amazingness is what you want to do and where you feel kind of called.
Yes.
And you're doing and putting into place all of that. It's amazing.
Well, thank you, Janice.
So
tell the audience about Janice. What are you up to? What is going on with you?
So I have a little bit of a vision as well, and it's basically to use the power of words to really encourage and uplift and unite people's hearts. And I do that through the power of words, and then also just authentic action, like my own personal journey of transformation and showing up in just a big, bold, and brave way. Because for so many years, I was a total people pleaser, and I would, I wanted to belong. I wanted people to like me. And so I would do things that maybe were just contrary to who I truly am. So learning to grow through that, my goal is really to spread that idea that as we walk through our fears, right on the other side of that is love and peace and beauty. So I'm about speaking that out as much as I can. And I also do, the Spanish interpreting and yoga. I love, you're very adventurous.
I was going to say, when we were in Costa Rica, Janice taught yoga, and it was so fun to experience that. And then when we were sharing stories with each other, we realized that, she talks about people pleasing. And when you're not in authenticity, because I went through that, you don't want to hurt people's feelings. And so you're people pleasing. You're not sharing your truth. And part of the Trueness Project is to get people to look inside, to say, what is it that I want? And we have very few people doing that. So Janice, I'm going to start bringing people up on the stage. I want to bring Muriel up. Hello, lovely.
Hello, lovely, with my butterfly on my head.
Yes. So I'm going to read Muriel's bio, which I took her bio, which is fantastic, and I narrowed it down to 4 lines. This doesn't do justice, but here we go. Muriel Blanc, a best-selling author, weaves profound wisdom through literary works like Awakening the Soul's Vibration and transformational retreats amidst ancient Egyptian wonders. For over 3 decades, her compassionate guidance has illuminated countless souls, unveiling their authentic radiance through self-discovery and alignment with sacred geometries. A beacon of hope, she orchestrates ceremonial journeys where vulnerability blossoms into joy and fulfillment. Ooh, I think I did okay.
I think you did okay.
So welcome, Muriel.
Thank
you for being here. Can you share your experience of going on the Trueness Project Butterfly Retreat?
Absolutely. So Patty contacted me and she said, hey, you need to come to this retreat. And I was like, who is going? What's going on? And then I went on the speaking with the Los Angeles Tribune and I got an invitation. And so I decided to come to Costa Rica. I did not know what to expect. And that was the best thing, because when you don't expect anything, then you can be in the moment and truly appreciate the connection, the joy, and everything else. So everyone was magnificent, sweet, kind. We were like little kids playing around. Dominique, who is a humanitarian ambassador, was holding my hand, going back a volcano, singing the Lion King to help me go back up. So that's beautiful. But everything was executed to the perfection. the food, the entertainment, the time together. But the thing that I cherish the most is that every one of us who came from different background, different vision, we were all united with a common goal, which was to be forming a network of, of powerful change for the planet, and to be each one vulnerable enough to share who we are at our core, and share our value and integrity, and also be accepting of the other people that were in the retreat. And that was the most amazing things for me. Janice delivered yoga near the pool, and I was practicing and doing stuff. So it was really neat. And other people were upstairs recording. So each one of us had our own moment as well, with the group and with ourselves and with each other. And I think it was absolutely, absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you, Muriel. I'm going to get everybody on, and I'm going to start asking questions for everybody. Now I want to bring up Sabrina. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited.
So I want to share with you all that I met Sabrina in a leadership coaching program. And at the time, she was my coach. And she's a phenomenal coach. And, she really got me to go through introspection. But this is the way these light weavers work. Okay. You're in a course, and she is my teacher. We leave the course. We're in talking. And then she needed a teacher, and I became her teacher. So it all weaves together. So Sabrina, can you share with everybody your experience with the Trueness Project and what you're looking forward to experiencing on June 29th?
Yes, it has been an amazing experience being part of the Trueness Project. I remember when Teresa called me, you got to go to Costa Rica. And I'm like, I follow my intuition 100%. I said, I will be there. I don't know how, but I will be there. And a few weeks later, I was on a plane going to Costa Rica with no expectation whatsoever. But I knew something was gonna be there. And it's true. She became my mentor on how I could reconnect with Mother Nature, how can I reconnect with having fun. So that's why I love to be part of the Trueness Project, because it's about connecting with your authenticity through playing, how we can be the butterflies that we all are. We can always transform. We can be in any part of our life. You can be in the downside, but when you connect with the fun, with joy, with happiness, you can transform and become that beautiful butterfly that you are. And that was for me Costa Rica. Every activity was amazing. It was reconnecting 1 minute and after another minute with myself, with my power, with my authenticity. That transformed my energy. And since then, I have been creating magic nonstop. Literally every day, I manifest so many things. So I am so grateful, Teresa, for the opportunity to reconnect with who I am.
Oh, well, thank you, Sabrina. Now I'm going to bring on the next guest because I'm trying to get everybody on. So is Emmanuel still here? Hello, love.
Hello.
So I have to share. So you're the only one from Kenya that could actually be here, because two people that had an incident, and then there was a power outage somewhere else. So I want to introduce Emmanuel Sananka to everybody in the universe, because this is big, Emmanuel. And I'm going to share with you all that he is a member of the Maasai tribe in Kenya. And I met him. I love Emmanuel. He is so brilliant. And when he introduced himself to me, he said he was going to be the future president of Kenya. So I put on my phone, Emmanuel Sananka, future president of Kenya. And then I started coaching him, and he's just been fabulous, because everything I coach him on, he turns around and he coaches the Maasai people on. So Emmanuel, if you could share with the audience who you are, what you're working on, what your dreams are, your experience with the Trueness Project, that would be fantastic.
Okay, thank you so much, Teresa. My name is Emmanuel Sananka, software engineer, and I'm from the Maasai tribe in Kenya, and I have been serving as a leader in this country, especially leading the youth. Previously, when I met with Teresa, I was serving as the university president, leading over 25,000 students in Kisii University. And this passion of leadership really motivated me. And I'm always that person who wants to change lives. And retiring from student leadership, I now focus to change the community that I come from, and especially to change the lives of women. The Maasai women are gifted people with artistry that is using beads to make some really beautiful necklaces. And as a software engineer and a web developer, I created a website that is called the Maasain.com, whereby these women can be in a position to sell their products all over the world. So when someone orders, we are able to export these products to anywhere in the world. And as a visionary leader and someone who wants to change their life, I look forward to bring this vision into a bidding center whereby these women can combine and come up with some beautiful necklaces and be able to raise and some fun from there and change their life. Again, maybe after some time, to sustain this, these women will be in a position to teach everyone all over the world on how to make these necklaces, and this will lead into a bidding academy. So that's what I'm doing at the moment, promoting these Maasai women. So as a leader, I really look forward that someday I will be the president of this country, and it's someone that is in my heart, and it is something that is in my heart, and I look forward that I believe in God that I will be there someday. And again, thanks to the Trueness Project that has really made a very huge impact already in the Maasai community, that is distributing even sanitary pads, supporting the Maasai women. And Teresa has really impacted my life as a person. And she has coached me, she led me into reading, and it has really touched my heart, and it has changed my life. I'm also coaching other people. I'm giving my knowledge and what I'm learning from her to the Maasai young people. And I know we are going to change the society, and we are going to change this life, their lives. Again, it's all about the Trueness Project. And I love butterflies, and I know all of us are beautiful all over the world. You are unique, and you have your own purpose in this world. Teresa always tells me that when you know your core purpose, when you know your vision, then you know the reason why you're in this world. So I really love being part of the Trueness Project, and we invite you to Kenya. I invite you to Kenya as the future president, and you'll be very safe to be in Kenya, and as well you'll be in a position to interact with these Maasai women and have a chance to support their work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Okay, so a miracle has happened. We have gotten more people from Kenya to join. So the next person I want to bring up is Ben Vic. And there has been a power outage in Nairobi. So Ben Vic, is your audio working? Oh, there you are. He's so beautiful. Look at that picture. Is your audio working?
Yes, my audio is working. Thank you so much for bringing up.
Okay, so I just want to share with you that when I was in Kenya doing the speakers tour, Janice knows, I didn't know what I was doing, and we were traveling around with this fabulous woman called Edna Kangwana, and she turns to me because she Googled me, And she goes, "What is this? Who is this person speaking here?" She goes, "Teresa, you have 3 friends on Facebook. You have this and that and the other." And she goes, "You need Ben Vic." And she takes my hand and she puts it in Ben Vic's hands. And I said, "Okay, can you help me?" And he said, "Yes." Now, if you Google me, apparently I'm someone. So from the bottom of my heart, I give thanks to Ben Vic. He's just been incredible, and he's really my right-hand man in my everyday activities. So, Ben Vic, if you could share with the audience what it is that you do and what you do for the Trueness Project and your goals overall, because I have to tell you, I am just so deeply grateful that you are in my life. And thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, Teresa, for this opportunity. I do virtual assistance, and that's how I met Teresa during one of her trips in Kenya. That was last year. And I have been helping her with her social media platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook, and also X and Instagram and other platforms. And that is what I do for the clients I serve, for professionals and for the organizations. And for the Trueness Project, I have been helping the Trueness Project to run its content, to be out there, raising its publicity and boosting its credibility in the eyes of the audience and our target audience. And it has been a great experience up to now. And I look forward to even growing more and more, and also helping the Trueness Project to reach out to more people, because Teresa has been very keen to grow the talents of the young people and to build community and to also touch the lives of many Kenyans so far. And so it's a wonderful experience, and I'm grateful.
Well, thank you for being here, Ben Vic. I'm gonna, we have Obed and Dominic, so I'm gonna call both of them up right now so we can get you both up here. Okay. And I think they're in the car.
Hello.
Okay, well, that was Dominic. We know that. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, if you're both in the car together, Dominic, why don't we let Obed speak for a second and mute your, Obed, are you there? Okay,
Yes.
Okay, there's an echo. But if, okay, Obed, now shut off your, if they are together, they only need one device. Okay, if you're together, can you just use one device and have both of you on the same? That will take care of the echo. So Dominic, can you pop in on Obed's phone? So they are in a car.
Yes.
Okay. Is it possible for you guys to share where you've been all day and what you've been doing, because it's so phenomenal?
Yes. Today we went to the rescue center.
You have to explain. So they went to a rape rescue center. These are women that have been raped, and there's a center in well, there are many centers, but they went to one in particular that I visited on my last trip. So Obed, could you share what transpired?
Yeah, we were at the rescue center today.
Obed, are you there? Okay, well, maybe we're not going to be able to hear them. All right, I'm going to share what happened. So when I went to the Rape Counseling Center the last time I was in Kenya, I dressed up like a butterfly and I shared my story with these girls, and we ate together, and we danced, and the girls made me cry. And it was the most beautiful experience of anything that I've experienced in Kenya. And Kenya is a beautiful place to visit. I mean, obviously you fall in love with everybody that you meet, but I promised them that I would send them headbands and butterfly outfits. So I sent 30 headbands and 30 butterfly outfits to those girls. The Trueness Project just bought them lunch and we sent them Obid. And I just want to share with you that when I met Obid, I was in a van with Janice. And Obid turned to me and I said, "Who are you?" He goes, "Kenyan rock star." And I totally said, "Cool." And then I took a picture. And whatever happened after that is history, because he's an incredible storyteller. And so when we come back, because it's time for a commercial break, I'm going to share with you the beautiful story about Obid and singing and getting him to sing in the United States. So with that thought, I will share the rest of my story when we come back. The intention for our June 29th event to spread peace and love across the planet. 7 strangers came together. We played, we shared our dreams, we were truly vulnerable and shared our stories. And then we knew in an instant we were something more. We were a mastermind, setting a worldwide intention. We prayed and celebrated the profound connection between humanity and the natural world. Just as butterflies emerge from its catalyst and takes flight on newly formed wings, so too can a singular moment of unified thought and shared communion become something transcendent and take flight. A moment where people from all walks of life unite and share a vision and purpose. A moment that sparks creativity, community, and love to blossom all around. This is what we are creating in Jackson, Wyoming on June 29th. And we are asking a worldwide community to give our intention wings so that love and peace may spread across the globe. Let our unified hearts become a powerful prayer for peace, harmony, and rebirth for all. This is how we give wings to a movement. Take flight with us. Join us on June 29th. The world needs you. The world needs us. Welcome back, everybody. So when we left off, I was sharing the story of Obid and Dominic and what had happened. So in my last trip, because this was a very special experience for me, going to the rape counseling center. The girls are beautiful, they are resilient, and I shared a meal with them, and then we danced all afternoon, and I left there going, wow, this is true transformation. They've, like, through tears and through self-reflection, they have chosen power over victimhood. And it was beautiful. So as part of the Trueness Project, I sent 30 headbands and 30 butterfly outfits, including 4 baby outfits for the 4 babies that are there. And Obid and Dominic went to mentor the kids, and Dominic's daughter went, and she represented the Trueness Project. Oh wait, Dominic, can you speak? Are you available, or is that Obid? Oh, you guys, oh yes, it seems like you can hear. Okay, I don't need to tell the story. You're here. Please share what happened today.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending wherever you are. I see these wonderful, beautiful ladies up there. I want to give you a shout out and say thank you, and for being great ladies, and giving us the wings to be able to fly. So this is Dominic from Kenya, and this is Obed right here, the gospel artist. Yes. So today we had a chance to go to the Girls Rescue Center that is outside Nairobi. There were 18 girls and about 3 young girls that have been raped, and they are going through therapy, counseling, psychology, and also the home is providing them a safe haven so that they can be able to heal and go to school there until they can go back home. So today we had a chance to go there to represent the Trueness Project. I did go together with Anita Dominic, my daughter, together with Obed and my son. We were there the whole day, and we had a chance to speak to them. Obed has had a chance to sing to them. They loved it, they danced it, and we had a chance to do a video for a minute with the president of Trueness Project, Madam Dr. Teresa Lawrence. So we gave them the headgear for the butterfly headgear. At the same time, we were able to give them the costumes, and they loved it. So we gave them a message for the butterfly message, and we told them about the grand gathering on the 29th of June, and they promised to participate as well on that day. They loved it. They loved you, and you did a lot good to them by remembering them. Thank you so much on behalf of the rescue center.
Oh, that just warms my heart. It is big. It's really been a good day. I know things happened afterwards, but I just feel so grateful for having gotten that experience to happen. And so, oh, Samuel is here watching. Hi, Samuel. So Dominic, because now that you're on, could you share? I just want to tell you guys, Dominic these two guys are just very special people to me. I mean, the fact that Obed said I'm a rock star, and the next thing I know, he's singing he's on the stage at Fire Up Live, via video is incredible. And then with Dominic and I sat down. I feel I know Dominic forever. And he shares his dream with me. I share my dream with him, and it turns out to be the same freaking dream, right? And then I tell him, I just met him, and I tell him, oh, by the way, I'd like you to fly across the world and go hang out with people that you don't know and do all of these crazy things to see what happens. And the man jumped on a plane and went. I mean, it's just crazy. So Dominic, if you could share your experience of that. And then Obed, I'm going to ask you to share your experience of working with the Trueness Project as an ambassador, but let Dominic go first.
Okay, I'm going to say, before I share my experience, I would say Anita Dominic represented the Trueness Project at the Children's Center, and she vividly explained the journey of a butterfly from an egg, pupa, larva to a butterfly. And she spoke about change and transformation. She spoke about what the Trueness Project stands for. She's so brilliant. She's sleeping right now in the car. We haven't arrived home because we had a small problem on the way. So we just parked on the road, by the road. We pulled over so that we can be able to jump on board, and then after that we can proceed. And okay, now I met this lady called Teresa Lawrence, whom I believe we met before in the past life, and that was last year in September. So this lady becomes my friend. She comes back again in December, and we attend a meeting together for the youth conference. Over 20,000 youth from Africa had attended, and then she sends me a message and tells me, can you come to Costa Rica for a mastermind program. I said, oh yes, I can do that. I was able to get a visa and fly to Costa Rica, 30 hours on a plane, including the stopover, the layovers. That was my first time experience. I broke my barriers of traveling 30 hours. Then I meet wonderful ladies, Muriel, Janice, Sabrina, Teresa, Barry, and the man broke. He's never broke, but his name is Broke. They become a family all of a sudden. I tell Muriel, I say, wait a minute, Muriel, I think I've known you and I've seen you. And I insist I've seen you before. And then she said, if me, I have seen you, but not in person. Then here comes Paddy. Paddy tells me, I'm happy to see you finally. I've been hearing many things about you for many years. Oh my God. Yes, Janice, we have met before, second time. And then we go to that Sabrina with the kind spirit. Oh my God. Then we go to the ocean. My first time to be at the Pacific Ocean. And then these wonderful ladies and a man, they helped me swim at the ocean. No drowning. And I break my other fear. The connection, the friendship that I met there. Everybody is gifted in a unique way. And then the people. There is a saying in Costa Rica, they say, pura vida.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. Everywhere we were staying, the energy, the vibrational energy, the healing experience that we had, courtesy of Muriel, my friend, it was amazing. To tell you the truth, I've never recovered from that experience. Even
It was magical. It still is magical. So Dominic, I'm gonna cut you off and Obid share his experience with the Trueness project, starting with your experience with Fire Up Live and how your life has changed.
Thank you, Dr. Teresa. I'm so much privileged to be here. It has been awesome because my life has really changed since I knew you. I knew before you became a doctor.
No, I was a doctor before I became a doctor.
Yeah. So I was come to the US for the live event, Fire Up event, but because of the visa issues, I didn't make it. But I know this year I'll be in the US. Can you clap for me? So we have had a wonderful. Personally, I've had a wonderful experience with the Trueness project because we have visited schools and we have gifted with the sanitary towels to the girls. We have gifted them with pens, and to some extent, we have gone to an extent of paying the all-year school fees, a scholarship for some students. We have really impacted lives here in Kenya, and I'm seeing a very bright future because every time I post anything, my wall, people are like, can you sponsor my son? Can you sponsor my my brother? Because we have made a very big impact in the lives of the students here in Kenya, and I'm really loving it. I'm going to schools, I'm speaking to people. You know, the fear I had there before, I have overcome the fearness that I had before. So the Trueness project has really impacted lives. We have painted gates. We did one school gate. We have given pens. We have done so wonderful things in the community. And the sanitary towels we have given to the girls, it is really awesome. So my experience with the Trueness project has been really wonderful. And I'm hoping by the end of this year, we could have reached 30,000 students all over Kenya.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so with that, I want to turn over to Janice because she found her poem that she wrote. So we have various things that we want to go over, but part of the Trueness Project, for the June 29th event, I have done a call for artists to submit artwork and poetry and paintings, butterfly themed. And there are prizes for each of these. And Janice submitted a poem and it's beautiful. So if you could read it, that would be incredible.
It's very much Dr. Seuss-like, but I'm just so inspired by what you're doing. So it's called The Butterfly Gathering. Yellow and blue wings spread wide, flying around the countryside. The butterflies are here to stay, lighting the path, showing the way. They evolve and shift and change and grow to become their best versions. This we do know. What a stellar example of determination and grit. They light the fire under us. I feel it. It's lit. Let us follow their lead, not be scared to evolve. Discomfort's part of the puzzle that they help us solve. Keep teaching us and leading us, dear butterfly. We'll represent you in Wyoming under a blue and gray sky. On June 29th, we will all gather there to break a world record and show how much we care. We will send out a message of love and of light. All of us spreading our wings will be quite a sight. Come one and come all is the rallying cry, standing together and ready to fly.
So I want to share with everybody what we're doing with the book, The Grand Butterfly Gathering, Wings of Change for a Transformed World. In the book, I talk about light weavers, and I've shared with the audience already that I think everybody here is a light weaver. And Muriel's a really powerful light weaver. But the book is scheduled to come out on June 1st, and we're going to do the book launch the night before. So I don't know if there's any time for anybody else to join the book. I don't know if Patty has closed it. And I'm gonna ask Patty to talk about her book publishing with the LA Tribune and what she does, and just share with the audience if there's any time to still be a part of that, or just the time schedule for it. Oh, you're muted, love.
Okay, so it's my pleasure to talk about that. So this book is going to be really amazing. And like I've told many, when you have a story, and we all have a story inside ourselves that is really important and magnificent. So when you share your story, it doesn't matter if it just reaches one person in the world, but maybe it's none of our business who that person is, but we can change generations and thousands of people just by inspiring one person with our story. So the magnificence of this project is we're coming together with the Your Trueness Project to create an ensemble of authors who are sharing their true inspirational story of growth and compassion and passion in their life. And we want to showcase as many as possible. So the closing date on that will be the 30th of the month. And then we will commence with editing and deep diving into the formatting and creation of the book. And we already have several submissions. So if you're interested in doing that, contact us at yourtrueness.org and get involved, because this is a real opportunity for you to be a best-selling author, to get credibility, to get seen, to have your story out there. And we'd love to have you participate.
Thank you, Patty. And I just want to say, so the night before the Grand Butterfly Gathering on June 20th, I'm so excited about this. So on the 28th, it's a VIP night. So you have to picture the scene. We have book launch at the Snow King Resort. we'll have a beautiful dinner and the book launch. So all the VIPs get to experience that. But then it gets better. I bought butterfly outfits that light up in the dark. And so everybody that's going to go to the book launch is going to dress up in these butterfly outfits that light up. And we're going to actually do a VIP butterfly march and dance. We're going to go into the town square, and yes, we might do a bar hop. I don't drink, but I'm sure they have non-alcoholic drinks on a bar hop. But it is so cool, and it's going to be so fun because at the book launch, we're going to sign copies of the book, and we're also going to ask everybody that's there to share their stories because it's pretty late on June 29th. And oh, okay. I'm just reading something there. This is live, but things happen. So, oh yes, back to the night before. So it's going to be an incredible experience because when night falls, I mean, I can just see the beauty of everybody lighting up the town of Jackson dressed as butterflies. And so I want to share with you all that the Eventbrite page, when you go to butterflymarch.com, the first thing you see on the top of the page says sign up, and it will take you directly to the Eventbrite page. So if you go there, butterflymarch.com, the page opens up. It's a beautiful website, but the first link, it's a little tiny, it should be bigger, but it's right there. It says sign up. It will take you directly to the Eventbrite page. So anyway, that's the book, and the people in the book are so amazing. I've got Sonia and Paul from Nepal. They're not here, and they're so incredible. Their mission in Nepal is absolutely fabulous. And in another forum, I shared what they do, and it's really they save children from sex trafficking, and sometimes that's really difficult to hear and to talk about. And I know I'm planning this incredible, silly, joyous butterfly event, but the reason we do that is because we need to be in love and in peace with ourselves and the joyous joy we feel as children. Because when we get to that space, we send love around the planet, and maybe we just send a little bit of love everywhere, and things like that will stop happening. So that's what I wanted to share about the book and the Eventbrite page for the event. And then I have, the Trueness Project is all about the leadership of play and about silliness and love. And so I would like to ask each of you that's still on screen, because everybody else seems to have gone due to power failures or whatever it is. Oh, wait, before we go any further, I just want to share with you that Benvic is a treasure. And one of the things we've been doing is we're applying for grants to get generators, to get wind generators and Starlinks into Kenya, because they lose internet and they lose power all the time. And so that's one, like we're applying for 4 grants for a lot of money. And we are going to get those grants, and then we're going to fix this problem, because that's what we do. That is philanthropy tourism. We go, we see, we ask questions, and then we figure out a solution. So thank you, Benvic. I know you're still listening because you're commenting in here. But really, the amount of work that we're doing that's not visible is incredible. And there are, oh, okay, Benvic wants to go back on. So let's put him back on the stage, and then we're going to have Muriel share the experience of the fire ceremony and the other fun things that she did with us in Costa Rica, because they were really one of the joyous things. So Benvic is back on. If you could share what we're trying to do, or what we are going to do. I don't hear him. He's not connected. Okay. So sorry, Benvik, you are not connected. You cannot come back in. So I'm going to share it for you. We are striving to get these grants so that we can change the lives of thousands of people in rural Kenya. And we are going to do it. We can do it, and we're going to all do it together. So now I want to share with you that my favorite part of my trip were the Muriel moments. And everybody's saying, yep, because you know, and Sabrina and I kept going, how can this thing get it even better? And then it just kept getting better. And out of nowhere, Muriel booked a moonlight, like a sunset cruise on Costa Rica for us. And we get on this boat. And that's when we set the intention for the June 29th event to spread love and light around the planets. And then the dolphins came around us. It was just crazy fun. And that happened because of Muriel. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And if you could share the experience of, you know, of all the just joyous things you did for us and what you actually do, that would be incredible.
Well, thank you, Teresa. So it was a lot of fun. I am a master healer. I have been practicing my craft for over 50 years. And yes, you have heard me correctly. That's 50. I started my healing on myself when I was 8. So I am a master healer. I help and transform lives. I'm an inspirational coach. And also I'm a bestseller author and an artist. So what I do is I truly remove blockage, fear, limited belief, and I bring people or corporation to where an individual might be going or where a team should be focusing and doing together. So in Costa Rica, I first started by doing, I did individual session with everyone in the group. And then I also started a meditation. And so I did a meditation and I transported them in higher dimension and peace and harmony. And then I said, hey, next day or whatever before we leave, we should remove all the negativities that we have in ourselves. And we're going to write what we want to let go on a piece of paper. And we're going to burn that. And we use the little candles in a ceramic bowl. Okay, so a little candle in the ceramic bowl. And we put all our stuff on the written paper and we're lighting it up. So you have to understand we were outside and there was kind of like things that were flammable. And the amazing thing happened. So the fire, I started to go and go and go and go like really above the ceramic, like really above. And we were thinking maybe that was not a great idea. And so I poured water onto the fire to make the fire extinguish, and the fire sparkled everywhere and went even higher. So to extinguish it, I started to send the signal to the fire that it needs to come down, and then it finally come down, and we put a plate over it. And so we were like, well, that was something. And then, of course, the concept is that if you're letting something go, you need to bring something positive to replace that and to make it, very nice. So that's what we did, and it really bonded us, and it helps each one of the person who were there to actually create magic in their own life when they went home, and as well as being part of the Trueness Project. So my vision for me is to help raise the vibration of the planet, so every person on the planet, regardless of their belief, their race, their gender, can have an opportunity to live the lives that they were designed to live by God or by the divine, however you want to say it. So that's my goal. I will be in Jackson Hole in Wyoming on the 29th, actually probably the 27th. I will do a ceremony. I will be dancing. I will be releasing all this negativity out there. And so I think it's going to be amazing. So please join us.
Oh, that's fabulous. Thank you, Muriel. That was so fun.
You're very welcome.
So there's something else special that I want to share with the world. Patty already knows. So the Trueness Project is heading back to Kenya, September 2nd through the 11th. We are bringing several businessmen that are interested in helping the Kenyan youth. They have various skills in I guess home building and just teaching skills that they want to share. And the world is filled with incredible people with incredible skills, and it's joyous to give. It simply is. Anybody that says you don't have enough to give is still living in lack. Oh, there's something else I want to share too. So for Kenya, no, this is so important because it's so fun. So yes, we're going to Kenya. Please contact me if you want to go. yourtrueness.org. And we will make that happen. And of course, we go on safari at the end. That's always fun. I actually got to see the Big Five. It took 2 trips to see the Big Five, but I got that done. But I want to share something about the mentoring program of the Trueness Project. So I have Obid as an ambassador. Dominic is like Uber ambassador. He is really the head of the Kenya team in Kenya, and he vets every school that we give money to. Like there is like the money goes directly to the students. There is no like you don't know where the money is going and this, that, and the other. He makes sure it gets there. And as part of my mentoring, I make the students read books, and I always ask the same question. Do you save 10% of your income? And when you ask somebody in Kenya this question, they're like, what are you talking about? Right? And then I say, do you have a budget? And they always go, well, yes. And then I actually send them a budget and I make them put the numbers in there. And then they're like, oh. But the reason I wanted to share some things with you, the first book I have them read is The Richest Man in Babylon. And it is a beautiful book. And when Emmanuel and I went through that book, it was so joyous for him to go, wow, 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 and more wow. But I want to share this because Dr. Lauren has given us this platform, and he recommended that I read the 4 agreements. And I read the 4 agreements. And as soon as I finished the 4 agreements, it became a required part of the Trueness Project mentoring program. And when the students read it, they just were like, wow. And then they went more wow. And I break those agreements from time to time. I think I broke it today. But we strive to be the best version of ourselves. And so my point is that the Trueness Project is not interested in giving a hand out. If you can't handle money, I don't want to give you money because you're going to throw it away. It's the truth. And I hope you don't be offended by that statement. It's just truth. You know, I know what it's like as a child to see my family's home taken away and being, dragged out of a home and to lose everything. You survive that. You just move on because you know that you are worthy of wealth because you are a child of God. That, and I did want to share that because my experience for gifting is giving people a hand up. And I know that everybody that's here shares that idea. And so I want to go through each person and say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Patty, you are the most loving, brilliant person. You put together the most incredible retreats. And I thank God each day when you said there are butterflies in Costa Rica, and I just turned to you and said, let's go. So thank you. It was beautiful and amazing. And I'm just so glad that you have been part of my journey. And I know that you're going to be part of the journey for many years to come. And Janice, I love you from the bottom of my heart. You were without question, you were like, I'm going to Costa Rica. And you signed up. And and you are just so joyous and loving, and you get the whole being in authenticity and integrity. And it's really powerful and beautiful to have you part of my journey. So thank you. Oh, and what can I say about Sabrina? Sabrina's like a bubbling brook of joy. Everything we did in Costa Rica, she goes, rafting is like life. Waterfalls are like life. Going on a boat ride is like life. She is so beautiful. And so just thank you for being on this journey. It is joyous to be here with you. And Muriel, God bless you. You make everything brighter. You just do. When Muriel steps into the zone, life just gets just gets better and brighter. So thank you. And for the other people that have been on the call, Benvic, you are a gift to me and a gift to Kenya. They have no idea what you are doing to bring goodness to that country. So God bless you, and thank you for being in my life. And Emmanuel, you are so much fun to work with. Thank you. And Dominic and Obed, you guys are like family to me. Really, in my heart, I know I've known you forever, and I'm really grateful that you are part of the journey. And Obed, we're going to do our best to get you to sing at Fire Up Live this year. Yes, we are. Is there anything else? Anyone else? Oh yes, George. I started with George. I'm going to end with George. George is blind. He managed to become a Chinese medicine doctor in China. He came to the US and as a blind person graduated from chiropractic school, and then decided he was going to live his dream. He went to medical school and he graduated while we were in Costa Rica. He signed up to go to Costa Rica, but he graduated and he was being matched with a hospital in the US to work. He became a medical doctor as a blind man in the United States. So if you think you are incapable of doing something, imagine what George has had to go through to do what he does. And then the other thing he did not share is, and I'm going to start crying, he's in China right now because he goes back and he mentors the visually impaired people in China because they have no resources. And he suffered so much to get to where he is that he knew he had to give back. And so this man started with a group of 500 people on WeChat, and it just grew and grew and grew. And now it's I think he's up to 22,000 visually impaired people that he helps. From the bottom of my heart, George, I know you are watching this. You are a gift to this world. You are a light weaver, and I have been blessed to have you in my life. So thank you so much for sharing your light. I believe we are on this earth to uplift people. That's what the Trueness Project is all about. Everybody on this call, who even tried to get on this call, who had accidents, who had this, who had that, who had power outages, thank you. So if you are a being that believes that the world needs love and light, join us on June 29th. Send love into the planet and around the world. Dress up like a butterfly and have fun, because you are going to remember that joyous moment for the rest of your life. Let's uplift the planet together. If you all have any final words to say, so Patty, you want to share something for our last moments?
Yeah, show up on June 29th because it's going to be a glorious celebration, and it's going to be a joyful, joyful day. And there's so many things to look forward to, and just come, because it's going to really make a difference, and we're going to pass a world record. So come on and help us do that. Secondly, share your story, because your story really does matter.
It does. Thank you. Janice?
I just want to say we have one shot at this life as far as we know it, with where we're at right now, and just take those risks, walk through fear, express yourself with love and just become the best version of yourself possible with this one life. And join us on June 29th. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait.
So, Sabrina?
Yes. Join us on June 29th. Having fun really creates magic. So come with us. Together, we can create magic and have fun and raise the vibration of the world.
And I want to end with Muriel. If you have a brief anything that you would like to share.
Sure. So we are all alchemists. We can transform our life just like George transformed his life and went from difficulty. Instead of being in the victim mode, he became a warrior. And so are Dominique, so is Teresa, so everybody here. So whatever your story you're telling yourself that is preventing you from doing something, get rid of that, throw it out the window, make a fire, dance around. But the most important thing, you can transform yourself on June 29th. That will just be the beginning of your transformation, not the end, just the beginning. You can join us through your phone. You can upload videos. You can do everything. So we can break the worldwide record of everybody dressed as butterfly, party at your church, party in a park, dress up your kids, your dog, your cats, whatever. Meow. And join us on the June 29th. In Wyoming or online.
Yes. So we have less than 2 minutes left, but I see that Dominic and Obid are in a lit place. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. If you want to share just 1 minute with the audience.
Trueness Project is true to the word. I've worked with different organizations, but Trueness Project is real, it's true. It's magical, it's causing transformational change that can be tracked down. On June 29, those who can't make it physically, you can participate virtually like me from here, and together, let's make this happen.
Okay, and with those final words, Obid, you can just smile. He's not smiling, he's the most beautiful.
Yeah, what I can say is that we have the opportunity to change the world, and we have the resources. So
yes, thank you, Obid. So now the time is over. I want to thank you all for being here. This has been an incredible experience. Dr. Lauren, thank you. I so enjoy working with you, and I have really enjoyed this experience. Thank you all. Please join us on June 29th. The world needs your light. Share it, and we can uplift the planet together. Thank you.
Be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, yeah, I can carry all that you've got. To heavy hearts is not a lie. I will put out all of the fire. We stumble and fall. And it's not a lie that I die. I can hide.
The Trueness Project is hosting what's called the Butterfly March.
June 29th, 2024, in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's going to be the largest gathering in the world ever of people dressed up as butterflies.
And I urge everyone to participate.
We are going to raise the vibration of the planet through the Trueness Project to promote love, transformation, authenticity, everything that the Trueness Project represents. Join this community so we all can create a better place to live in for generations to come.